All right, gang, it's Hexy. So let's get back to a couple of more turns played from famous division's Grossdeutschland Panzer, the Battle of Kursk. This is like odd that I have two games that I on the table at the same time, and I'm just loving the daylights out of both of them. Um, all right, so we have moved through into we're getting ready to start the night turn of 10 July. All right, I love the direct ranged fire mechanism in this game. Um, I like the artillery use with the options on how to use it, and it can really mess up an attack or can stop units moving in its tracks. Well, the direct range fire is if using opportunity fire, something moves into your range, like your tank's range or something, you can pop shots at it. If it moves another hex closer, you can shoot again. And I mean, every vehicle can direct fire at it. So you got to really, use these. This is going to make you use the armor wisely. And I'm finding out that the Panther unit down here for the Germans he's got a range of 5. So he got the longest direct fire range on the battlefield. So and he can hit a lot of this stuff. And then you got AT guns, like this guy sitting here with a range of 4 or 3. And these guys can move and then direct fire. So that Panther, he can move to within 5 hexes of that Su-85, and he can fire at him. And that Su-85 cannot return fire because he's not in range. So it's got, and there's only a couple units on the board. I think the Germans they got Tigers. Let's see, they got Tigers and elephants. And they can, the Tigers can only shoot 4. The elephant can shoot 5. The Panther can shoot 5. It's kind of odd. I would have thought the Tiger would have had a range of 5. And the Russians don't have anything above range, I want to say 3, 4. Some of their AT has range above 4. And this, I think it's great. The mechanic on it is great. I don't think I have too many rough edges with the rules or confusing with the rules. Some of them maybe you got to really look hard into or read them 2 or 3 times to make sure. Chit draw is blast. You can see the big pile of chits up there that I've already used for this turn. Oops, sorry about that. This old pile of chits up here. So, and then these are the counters during your regular attacks that get drawn and used. And as you can see over here in the Russian pile, for them on the defense, it's been great because they've used nothing but red counters, which means the die roll is going to be modified in their favor. And the problem is the Germans are attacking. They drew a bunch of red ones too. That's going to also help the defender. So they're going to get the best of both worlds as the defender. Finally started hitting some blue ones there on the attack. So the Germans did get a couple of saviors in their attack where they could cancel something out with a die roll. Or they can use their black chits. And also, you got to check these things to see what they cancel out on the other side. So, because on the back side of your chits, black or blue, that's a black chit. On the back side, it has what it cancels out. So you got to check that. Now these black ones sitting over here, they can use them at their discretion whenever they need to use one. All right, so let's get on to the battle here. Up north, and wants to do this right. Up north, the Soviets, I think I did a great job in the defense here. They pretty much stuffed this engineer formations attack up here. And those engineers weren't slouches. Plus they had PZJ-1s up here. And they just stuffed them. What I did is these red tank units right here, I shot them from up here, down the road, up here, and applied a bunch of direct fire to these guys over here. And then with some artillery, just literally crushed. As you can see, that middle stack right there is like 3 destroyed units. End of this night turn, they'll get replacements, and we'll see what everybody gets back. In the south, you can see the massive Germans right here. They took that victory location. It was nothing but a headquarters. Because everybody else started north of the river there. So I got the headquarters out pretty much, and there he is right. There he is right there. Pretty much destroyed most of his division. So, and then got across the river here, got rid of that damn anti-tank gun that was sitting there raising hell with everybody. So now we got a little clarity. The only ranged combat units they have sitting there is this armor, but here comes that red armor that just created a massive crap destruction up here on those engineers. And here comes the KV-2s, the heavy tanks. They're coming, but they move slower than hell. So the Germans are getting ready to break across the river here unless that armor can hold them up. They're already across here. I'm not even going to try to say these town names, but they've broken across that ford right there and decimated the 2nd Motorized. They're down to what looks like 1 unit. No, 2 units in their headquarters. And then the 1st Grenadiers or 1st GR, whatever they are, they got across. And the Panzer's sitting over here, Panzer unit. Instead of messing with those minefields, I got to take that one. I need to bring an infantry unit over here and take that instead of risking a Panzer there. They'll probably shoot around and go across that ford, or they can sit here and keep taking pot shots. Those AT guns are going to pull out. Keep taking pot shots until I get an infantry unit over here and we clear some of this minefields out, and then they can roll. So 1 recon unit sitting there trying to hold his own. His buddies had to move up here to stop this breakout. So I've got this armor. You hear a bunch of KV-1s. All right, they're heavy. They're probably come down this road here to stop this gap. And then those KV-2s, I'm not sure yet. I may put them in reserve somewhere here, maybe in the middle of this field somewhere, and figure out where I'm going to need them, because I need to see if this is going to be a breakout here for the Germans. All right, so it's a fun little system. Each day has 4 turns in it. And don't let that pile of chits right there freak you out, because you blow through those pretty fast, because it's not a massive amount of movements or combats or shooting and stuff that you're executing. It actually goes really, really quick. The die roll system for barrage and direct fire, it's not a chart. It's the number of dice you roll them. If they meet a certain number, it's good. And then if they meet that certain number and everything's a hit, then you use the same dice you just rolled, and you figure out by combinations of the dice whether or not you put a hit on somebody or whether you pinned them. And artillery, pretty much the same way, just 1 extra dice you're rolling. And then you have your combat chart for regular combat, which I'm not going to lie to you, I've probably used 5 times. Because doing the direct fire stuff, and granted, your infantry's not going to do that, but you have a lot of units that can do direct fire. I mean, Kursk, I guess they say, was a majority tank battle anyhow. So, but I'm having a blast with this. It's an easy play game. I think it takes me maybe 45 minutes to an hour to play a turn. All right, so this is the 3rd game turn. We're going into the night, the 4th game turn, which is the night turn on 10th of July. 10th of July. Yeah, 1943. Battle of Kursk. Decision games, World War Magazine number 20. No. Yeah, World War Magazine number 20. Having a lot of fun with this. Joe Youst did the graphics on this one here, so you can tell by looking at that. Must be some of Joe's earlier stuff. So that's where we stand right now. The Germans have 2 victory locations taken. 1, and they took the one up here underneath this fire unit up on top of this hill. So they've got 2 taken already. Still got a long way to go, but they got a bunch of turns to do it with here. And I'm interested to see how the replacement rules work at the end of this night turn. How many replacements they get back. If they need to rebuild some units. And you can see the casualties up there. Sorry, the TV's in the way. But the Russians are there on the right. They've lost a lot more compared to the Germans. But the Russians, with all this armor, are in pretty good shape. Let's get this thing posted so y'all can see what's going on with famous divisions, Grossdeutschland Panzer, the Battle of Kursk. First scenario. All right, we'll get back to y'all shortly.